Before Half-Life Alyx was revealed last month, rumors around the internet claimed that Valve would reveal a new Half-Life game at the Game Awards in 2019, the one that just went. One of the rumors was based on a supposed conversation between a development team at Valve and Game Awards host Jeff Knightley. Valve then tweeted, "We're sorry to say Half-Life Alyx won't be shown at the Game Awards tonight. The team is hard at work on the game, and we're excited to show you more in the new year as we approach the March release." After Half-Life Alyx's announcement, Knightley revealed that he's been secretly chronicling Valve's return to Half-Life, and he also said, "Stay tuned to the Game Awards on December 12th for more info on Half-Life Alyx and lots more to tell in 2020. It was unclear if the plan was to show Half-Life Alyx at the Game Awards actually was changed, or if it was a miscommunication in the first place. But a couple of things. So, Valve News Network also shipped a video following these events with an aim to explain why Valve canceled the preview at the Game Awards and touts a hesitance to show off apparently a teleport-only mode for the game existing now, as opposed to smooth locomotion, which most of us have come accustomed to. And actually, one of our viewers, and a good friend of mine, Bull, also went so far as to clip from a Valve interview some footage showing the fade to black teleport running within their game. So let's open this one up for discussion and reflect on why Valve might have opted out or never planned to show at the Game Awards.
I just want to say I love that the top comment on the tweet of Valve is, "Valve, make a good game without VR."
Well,
yeah, someone got a bit salty there.
Yeah, but rewinding back again to the start of the podcast, and if my audio listeners here took that quick step back in the track and listened to Rowdy describing his time with a game I've now forgotten.
Budget cuts.
You were describing it absolutely perfectly. I'm like, if they come out with teleport only, this is how we're going to be describing Half-Life Alyx, I feel. I really fear that at this stage, teleport only is not a good idea. So teleport only as an option, okay. Teleport only as the default, I'd like us to talk about that. Mm-hmm. And then having absolutely like no smooth locomotion, I think they wouldn't do that. But what do you guys think? Based on the news that you've heard,
they won't. They 100% won't do that.
Exactly. They're going to have the option, right?
They already said it. It's on the website.
Smooth locomotion.
Right.
And they brought in back in the day, when Dante was developing Onward, which was one of the first games to actually use smooth locomotion. They brought that guy in for a certain time period to work on something. So I'm assuming then that it would be on smooth locomotion because the guy kind of killed it there.
I thought they were incubating him. I thought that was the point. They saw the benefit because, again, a big part of Valve was brought in, along with like Chet Falazek and people like that, were brought in from kind of like Counter-Strike, right? Yeah. And brought over into the team. So I think there's still a large aspiration towards a solid VR FPS from Valve, and that's the way I read that situation. But I agree with you, that could have been a knock-on effect that they brain drained. I say this kid, I love to call him that because he's so young. He's probably 20 now. This kid's, is he older than that? Maybe he's older than that. Dante, young 20s.
Dante is older than that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was thinking about
the Zalubo guy.
Yeah, the Valve kid. We've got
the Valve kid.
They just love importing young laborers is the thing, right? Get them working on the new Half-Life Alyx. But do you think that they were intending to show at the Game Awards, or do you think this was just a feck up and someone shouldn't have?
I think that could be a possibility, because the thing is, there are still a lot of people who are not able to use thumbstick locomotion because they simply get motion sick. So teleportation is, of course, welcome to a lot of people, although for a gameplay trailer, it's smarter to not do that and use thumbstick logo because it just looks better, right? Yeah. And I think that was more the thing. Plus, we all have heard of the developer bubble. They have been intensely working on this all the time, and they don't think about that stuff that much, right? And then suddenly it's like, oh, wait, maybe we should change that up. Maybe we should. I do hope that when they started building this, they did it with, the mindset of, oh, it's also going to have smooth locomotion, because I've seen games where they ported it over later, like Apex Construct, for example.
Yeah.
It's the best example you can have, where it was teleportation only. Then at last moment, they decided to go for a thumbstick logo too. But you can just see in the world itself that you sometimes get stuck because they, didn't build
Hasn't
a
planned for that.
So
Yeah,
I just hope that it was already implemented at the right moment, that they weren't too late with that, because they were mentioning, like Valve mentioned the lab, right? They were working on that, and they were like, what is going to be the next project? And the lab is also teleportation only. So if they started that early, then
the lab is proper old. 2016, right?
It is proper old, but that means that back then teleportation was still acceptable.
It wasn't just acceptable; it was actually the standard at the time before we shifted. And again, Onward was one of those games.
Even in 2017, teleportation has been, even Oculus has been driving teleportation to so late that it's still.
But I mean,
what were we all saying? We were saying smooth locomotion.
But it's going to. It's on. They did, because it's on the website. If you go to the Half-Life website, they say that they have all, but it just depends on what that means and if it works well with what they designed.
True.
The thing is, the integration is important. Rowdy, what's the point you were trying to make?
No, I do think that they're gonna implement it, and I think they've already done that from the get-go, because they know how. I mean, they've been in the VR community for quite a while, so I do think that they know the controversy around it of not giving people options. And I think if there's one thing that Valve knows or needs to do, I mean, they even do that with Steam VR, is like providing people options.
Well, I mean, with their tweet, it kind of seems like they legitimized at least the rumor that was there. So I don't know if they did that on the back of all the hype that was there. Loads of people were talking about, oh, there's going to be new Half-Life Alyx. And so if that either that came out of the rumor mill, or they had plans and then decided not to show.
Yeah.
I suppose it doesn't really matter to us, right? We didn't get to see more Half-Life Alyx.
No.
I think it was unnecessary, because it's been quite soon after the original trailer, which was an amazing trailer. If you haven't seen Half-Life Alyx or know anything about Half-Life, please go watch that. I think you'll be convinced.
I think the best we could get out of this is that they communicate. That they said, hey, listen, we're not going to do it. And we weren't just sitting like you were just sitting there like with your eyes like, oh, is it going to come? And then it doesn't, right? So they told us, so you could, set your hype to a certain standard.
I knew that wasn't going to come, but I still, what I was hoping, and this is what I tweeted out about it as well. I thought that they were trying to do some wordplay, like be really smart about it. And they're like, oh, we're not going to show Half-Life Alyx, but we are going to show Left 4 Dead VR. Yeah. It's like, I thought that was going to be a bait and switch. I would have loved that to happen, but it's okay. We have enough news from Valve. I'm not upset. I love that you're now saying like they're communicative. The company that only just created a Twitter account in 2019.
That's a big thing. It's a big thing, right?